Oh, that's it. I can't buy any more tech from Russia. That's it.
That means the one tech that I can buy from them is actually something you cannot access yet. Let me see if I can get that from them. Oh, wow. They're willing, they like me enough. Oh, I actually have them up to cordial now. They're willing to give me like a better price than the actual valued price for the first time ever. That's amazing.
Yeah, I've been paying at least, like, whenever I buy a tech from them, it's like $2 billion less.
Yeah, I'm getting near that. Yeah, so I went ahead and I purchased a technology from them, but that was the last thing I could purchase from them.
What's the prereq for the one you got?
Fuck, I don't know. Advanced power techs. The thing you're probably lacking is manufacturing improvements, 1. And this leads to 2 more researches, one of which isn't so useful. It's a research that increases the power production of other production, which I don't really use. But this leads to multi-fueled power plants, which improves your power production of all kinds of power by 10%. That's such a huge boost. Oh, a Libyan spy is in India, right next to your border, and I can see a T-94 on your border. Multiple, actually. They have the good tanks up front, but you know, they're using like BMP-2s and shit. Everything else over there they have is not looking so great. Looks like they've actually acquired a brand new, quote-unquote, it's new to them, from 2017 infantry unit that actually looks really good. Not necessarily better than what we have, like, oh my god, we have to go get this. What we have is fine. What we have is better in terms of fighting out in the open, especially. But what they have looks a lot better in cities, and its reaction time is higher. It's actually quite interesting. It's also an engineer unit, so it's an amphibious unit. Is ours amphibious? Okay, ours is amphibious, but it's not an engineer unit. I don't know.
What, that combat engineer?
No. They have a new engineer unit, not the combat engineer. That's super old. But they have a new engineer unit. And it actually looks, I mean, pretty good. Its stats out in the open aren't as good, but its stats in close quarters combat, which is where infantry usually excels anyway, is actually way better than ours. And the reaction time is also really good. I'm really tempted to try to get that from them. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy this from them.
I'll grab it too from them. Why not?
You could just grab it from me when I buy it.
Oh.
Unless you've already bought it.
Sure. Yeah.
You already bought it?
Yeah. It's
okay.
Right.
Well, then I'll grab it from you.
It'll help my relationship with them.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, here, also. It was this one, right?
Yes. That looks like it. Yep, that's it. I'm going to see how my AI reacts to it, because this looks like a really interesting unit. And it's only half the military goods to make it of the Anders that I have been making. It takes longer to actually make it, but for half the military goods, for twice the amount of money though, however, my AI is already making these. I wonder if he's going to, I'm going to let him decide what to do, but I wonder if he's going to balance them. Since they're so similar, I'm pretty sure he's going to balance the amount of them that he makes. He currently does that with 2 anti-tank designs that I have. He balances them out. And so I imagine he'll do that with this. Because, I mean, the thing about these is none of these are just definitively better than the other. They're better at different things. Like, the engineer just has better defense in pretty much every way. So it's a more defensible unit. Its reaction time is higher. Its close quarters combat rating is higher, but it has a little bit of a range nerf, meaning its attack values aren't going to be as effective at a distance, and its actual combat values outside of cities and close combat situations are not as good. The engineer can also not go quite as far before needing more fuel. It uses more fuel. It moves slower. It has its advantages, right? It's not definitively better. It's good in what I already have is not good in. So hopefully, I hope my AI is actually just going to end up balancing them out, because that's a pretty lethal combination right there. The Anders and the engineer.
Speaking of anti-tank.
I'm using like 90s anti-tank, by the way. My anti-tank is a little behind.
I'm gonna grab. Russia has I guess by year 101. I'm guessing that means what, 2001?
Yeah, it's 2001. I see the one you're talking about. Yeah, 9M1232 Chrysanthemum Tema S. That looks really good, yeah. So does the
I'm also
Sprout.
gonna grab this Sprout. I'm gonna get
Yeah, the
too.
Sprout looks really good as well. I can't see their full technical loadout without looking at them up close, but one thing I love about playing Russia during the Cold War is their recon. I love their BRDM recon. It's actually probably some of my favorite recon in the game. It's such a progressive and constant advancement between the BRDM 1, 2, and 3. And throughout the Cold War, like, you don't need anything else. These are very good recon. I mean, they're not anymore. But during the Cold War, they pretty much are. Alright, sweet. Let's take a look at these anti-tanks. Those were anti-tanks, right? Yeah, okay, the trade just didn't confirm yet. Alright, there we go. Take a look at the anti-tanks. So... Alright, better reaction time. That's a huge plus. I'm just looking at the Chrysanthema here, and I'm comparing it to my old ones. Better reaction time, better range, better anti-tank value. Very nice. Looks like, okay. The defense is better in fields, but worse in cities. It can move further than my Chinese one, but not as far as the Al-Fad. It costs the same amount as my Al-Fad and my Chinese anti-tank in terms of annual maintenance.
That's a low reaction time, though. The Sprout.
The Sprout, yeah, the Sprout's reaction time shit. Let's compare the Sprout to the Chrysanthema. Okay, so it's roughly the same price. The reaction time's lower. What is this better at? This seems worse in every way. Okay, I found what it is better at. It consumes less fuel, and it can see farther. Oh, it's also harder to hit. It's more evasive. That's not really worth all the other penalties it takes. It's really hard to say if I prefer the Chrysanthema over the Al-Fad and the ZFL, just because it sucks in cities in comparison. But its actual role as an anti-tank, it does just way better at them for pretty much the same price. So I think I'm actually going to phase out every single anti-tank that I have that is not the Chrysanthema, because it's just that good in comparison at what it's supposed to do.
I'm doing the same thing.
Hey, I finished the high-yield nuclear weapons test. Oh, yeah. The Russians do have researched the nuke that I want. There's a Cold War nuke that I love, and it's Russian. It's the Satan ICBM. So they also have an upgraded Satan and MIRV Satan. What's the MIRV for?
Multiple independent reentry vehicles. It means you could have more warheads on the missile.
I'm looking at the stats mainly to try to figure it out, what the actual practical difference is. I think the big difference is that it costs less uranium and money. Yeah, it's cheaper to make, and you can make it faster.
Yeah, it's less, it costs less.
But the Satan, the original Satan, I love it, because its raw power, at least when you make it, is roughly unchallenged, and it has a 16,000 km fucking range. That means no matter where you place a nuclear silo, a missile silo, you can hit everywhere in the whole fucking world with that thing. Nowhere is safe. You don't need to place different silos around the world. You just need one group of silos anywhere that you can defend, and you can nuke anywhere in the world with it. Its uranium cost is pricey, however, but it's just an amazing fucking nuke in that regard, and I love it. The 11,000 km range that things like the Satan MIRV have and the Stiletto, those are okay. You need multiple locations for your silos around the world. I think the Minuteman, yeah, the Minuteman has like a 13,000 range. Minuteman's older. It's not nearly as devastating as the Russian Cold War nukes are. I still need to research the high-yield nuclear warheads. Oh no, I don't need to research it. I can buy it from them. Alright, thank you, Russia. Thank you for selling me high-yield nuclear warheads. And I'm probably gonna buy one of these nukes, honestly. Well, will they sell it to me for a good price? No, not yet. They still want, like, for the Satan MIRV, they want 18 fucking bill. For the Satan, they basically want 18 bill as well. Seems like the most advanced nukes they have are essentially the Satans, though. I'll probably end up going with the MIRVs just because they're newer.
Yeah. Like I say, you get multiple warheads on those.
That's a realism thing. That's not an in-game thing.
Aw, damn it.
Like, from the core from Borneo, I can nuke all the way out to, like, Morocco. But then if I also built silos in Syria, for example, that can hit the east coast of the United States. And I can hit, like, the western half of the United States. Actually, I can hit the rest of the United States from my island that connects to Papua New Guinea. So, with my already rather global territory presence, I don't need the range of the Satan, the original Satan. I can use more like an 11,000 km range and still hit everything if I just spread out my missile silos. Also, I captured a spy from Estonia. Maybe I can pay Russia in military goods for the Satan.
Probably.
I just realized, because the value of military goods is so high right now, I'm sitting apparently on 70 billion worth of military goods. So yeah, I'll just try to pay them with 320 or 321,000 tons of military goods for the Satan MIRV. And then I'll start pumping out nukes. These are silo nukes. I usually only like to use silo nukes, but I see value in having also sub-launch and air launch as well. But silo nukes are my favorite, because you don't need to get anything in position other than a static silo. Oh, my AI is like, oh, we have nukes now? Let's pump out a fuck ton of this shit. That's exactly what I wanted to see. That's exactly what I wanted to see. The only downside is these cost a lot to make. Pumping out 8 million per missile calibers isn't as difficult. Pumping out $479 million Satan MIRV ICBMs could add up to a different price. But, you know, I'll see how my inflation handles it. I think my budget can handle it just fine. I'll just see how my inflation handles it. It's a lot more money, but it's spread out over a lot longer period of time, 175 days. It's also going to consume more military goods and uranium. Oh my god, I'm using so much uranium, help me. Oh god.
46,000 units.
I need more uranium mines. Well, I think I'll skip making, more hydro plants after this set. I think instead what I'm going to do is build some more uranium mines. Thank you, Iran.
That's what I was going to say. You have uranium deposits in Iran, don't
you? Yeah. I'm just going to make a bunch in Iran. Start all the way in the north. Put 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. Alright, I'm making 12 more. All around Tehran. I have 16, right? And that's giving me about 12,000 unit production. So another 12 should help quite a bit. Because now I'm making like 12,000, but I'm using like 22,000. This amount of mines may not even be enough, honestly. I'm sure my inflation will react interestingly to making all this. So I just want to make sure my economy and my budget can handle all this. But I have some more uranium as well. I know, because I knew I would get nukes and because I knew I'm going to expand my naval production, I knew I would need more uranium.
Yeah, you have quite a bit to the east.
It's a decent amount around Yads. There's a decent amount there, yeah, but when you take into account that I'm also suffering a penalty due to loyalty,
oh, yeah.
Right. I still am going to need Madagascar. You know what would be nice? Not just the ability to trade land. I mean, that would be nice in itself. But the ability to, like, lend lease, right? Sorta, but it's except not necessarily just with factories. I mean, like, if you could lease tiles to me, and then I could, like, rent them, essentially, to utilize the uranium, and I would get all the uranium from them. Because I didn't take them over, I get the full production, because it's on your territory, let's say. You know?
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
That would be a very neat thing.
If they ever implement it.
They won't. They won't. They probably never thought of it. In lacking that, just the ability to trade territories, at least just between players, would be fantastic. Because you have this whole, like, you have all these Iranian areas that have fucking uranium. these Iranian uranium, that's confusing to say, areas, and you could just like pass those on to me, and then I could just like pass you Syria, you know? I'm gonna place some more uranium mines since I seem to be able to handle this so far. Now they're 2, 2, 2, 2. So I got a lot of uranium from Iran. The problem is every bit of uranium I got from them is like not potent. All I can fit is 2 uranium mines on each hex.
It's pretty much the same with me.
You have some pretty good ones in your homeland. Like, you have one where you seem to be able to fit like the full fucking tile with uranium. You got a couple of those. Even in Malaysia, I have this problem. Like, most of them, I only have 1 hex in my entire country now that can fit more than 2 uranium mines on it. The lowest possible yields. I am now making 30 uranium mines. Is that excessive?
A little bit, but
you think so? Yeah, needed. That's the point. And then I have this whole patch around Yads as well that I can touch. And the nice thing, at least about making all of this stuff, is it's going to boost my supply production in Iran. Not that it needs more production necessarily. My supplies are actually looking pretty damn nice in Iran. But, you know, more is always nice. Not that I expect anyone to attack me over there, but it could happen. Another reason leasing land would be nice is because you could lease land to another country to build missile silos on your land. Which would probably work best if you could, like, grant... I don't know, like, you could sell a singular hex, you know, as opposed to, like, a region. And just, you know, be like, okay, this is your hex. You can do whatever you want with it. And then you just put fucking missile silos there. Oh shit, I'm actually using more industry goods than I'm making for the first time in forever. Because I'm constructing so many fucking things. My economy's handling the uranium mines very well, so that's good. But the fact that, like, I am definitely going to, I believe, be making enough, or at least I should be, my demand can get pretty fucking high depending on how many nukes my guy decides to make. Like, right now he has all 6 slots set to nukes. And my production caps out at almost 30,000 right now. Daily demand for uranium. So that's pretty high. I'd need like 16. I'd need 32. I'd need 48. Which I'm almost gonna have. Like roughly 48. So I might just be meeting my max possible demand once all these finish. I still have a little bit more available to me, but you see, I'm almost tapped out already. This is why I'm going to need more uranium. Russia's government likes me so much, I can get a non-aggression and mutual defense with them.
Oh, good. I have everything except the actual alliance.
Oh, so you already have it, literally all this shit anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get the non-aggression and the mutual defense with them. I'm back with an energy drink.
Ooh, what kind?
It's the... Sparkling Ice Caffeine Blue Raspberry.
I was gonna say, that actually sounds pretty good.
Oh, it is good. Because it's an energy drink, quote unquote, without actually tasting like shit like most energy drinks. It doesn't have as much caffeine as most energy drinks, though. And one thing I like about this is that it's a good option if you want just like you know, like 2 cups of tea worth of caffeine. And... you don't want to have a lot of sugar, for example, like from a soda, because this uses like artificial sweeteners. It's better than chugging a Mountain Dew, which I love, by the way. But I've chugged enough Mountain Dews in my life, I'm surprised I'm still alive.
I don't like Mountain Dew at all.
Oh, I love Mountain Dew. Oh my god, I'm a gamer. Dude, I have bags of Doritos in a little fucking, like, on my desk. In this little, like, snack part of my desk. Half of my desk has like a little shelf area that is just dedicated to snacks. I got Doritos in here, like, for example. I have boxes of Mountain Dew behind me. I love Mountain Dew. I used to drink only Mountain Dew when I was a kid.
You should ask them if you could be a sponsor.
Oh, dude, I wish. I wish, man. I wish I could have Mountain Dew as a sponsor. I wish I could have this sparkling ice as a sponsor. I wish I could have a green tea company as a sponsor. Someone that produces a stimulant. Please sponsor me. I will never shut up about your product. And there's just hundreds of individuals that just come here to listen to me speak. There's nothing is happening in the game right now. And there's someone listening to this. Sponsor me. You think that sales pitch will work?
There you go. That'll work.
So I see you deleted everything off Baghdad, but you never put anything new there.
Still working on homeland territory, okay?
I don't even know what you would put there. Looking at it,
I don't even know what to put. That's what I'm saying.
it's a city. It's a city hex in a non-loyal territory with like no buildable land around it. I don't know what the hell you would put there. I mean, you could put factories, but they'll function at like a debuff.
Maybe an air base would be a good idea.
Yeah, that would be a good idea for right there. An air base. It could serve as like an intermediate for you to land. Not that you can't use nearby air bases, but where's the nearest air base? Oh, the nearest air base looks like one that you built to the southeast in some of your other territory. You could fortify it with fortifications. You could put like air defense. I don't know.
Oh wait, that's their actual territory. I can't fucking do.
You could put a research center.
That's a good idea.
A security bureau. Or an intelligence academy. I don't know. Ooh. I could now buy Russian infantry and tanks because I have mutual defense. Black Eagle 2s. Black Eagle 2s. Give me all of them.
It's except for me. What the hell?
I threw in like 10 bill worth and they want like 31 bill. I'm not actually gonna buy these. But it is cool to know that we can buy these. Oh! Wait. Do they have any of these deployed? Wait a minute. I want to see the readout for that. Wait, where? Tell me you have one deployed. The T-14 Armada. Alright, so when's this Black Eagle 2 from? 2012. The Armada has to be better than that. I think they just got access to a better thing? Maybe they didn't. Do they have any deployed anywhere? It looks like I'm right. The T-14 Armada. The T-14 Armada is a real-life tank. It's Russia's like best modern-day tank today in real life. So they are producing now. They have a tank design that looks better than the Black Eagle 2 that we were looking at. That's what we need, man. We need to get that fucking T-14 Armada. Is it a fucking design for it? I don't know what the hell you need for it because they seem to mainly be using Black Eagles. It looks like they only recently started producing the T-14s. But the T-14 Armada, if it's anything like it is in real life, we fucking need it. Yeah, they're mainly using the Black Eagle 2s. This is like their main battle tank. But they're surely, I imagine, gonna end up replacing that with the Armada. In real life, Russia flaunts this tank and claims it's the one tank in the world that's better than the Abrams. The thing about it, whether it is or not, it's never seen any real service yet in battle. And it's so expensive to make, they can barely make any of them. I noticed that you actually did buy some Black Eagles from them. You bought regular Black Eagles from them. At least one, because I can see that you own a regular Black Eagle.
Yeah, I realized that after I bought them. Like, oh shit, I didn't want the regular one. Yeah, bought one Black Eagle.
I can't believe you actually bought. I was kidding. I wasn't actually gonna buy any. Have you noticed there's a Russian-owned Kirov in the Gulf of Mexico, right off the coast of Alabama and Louisiana?
Yeah, I see that. Why?
This is a weird form of provocation. Do you know what's so funny? When you boost a government by supporting the ruling party, like we're doing with India, you actually raise their popularity, their domestic approval rating. But even with both of us boosting India, their domestic approval rating is only 25%. Oh my god, Russia has a T-14 Armada in your territory. I can finally look at it. Yep. Year 2019, it is definitely their next main battle tank they're using. High reaction time. Oh my god, this tank looks so sexy. I want it. So what am I missing? Wait a minute. So it only needs modern tank tech 07. I have the proper tank tech already. What I'm missing is the military systems integration. I was already aiming for getting that. I'm already researching something I need to get it, I think. Fire control upgrades. Yes. And then after fire control upgrades, I research weapon industry advances 3. And then I get the military systems integration. And that's what I needed, right? Yeah. So how long is that going to take me? Another 2 months on the fire control upgrades. Weapon industry advances is an untradeable. It's going to take like 160 days. And then I can buy military systems integration. So in like a year, I will be able to make the T-14 armadas. In 1 year, my tank tech will jump forward like how much? From 2005 to 2019? 14 years and 1 more year? I mean, that's pretty good, I'd say, right?
That is.
Especially because it's catching up to the near present as well. Oh my god, Angola! There's the next war, boys! Angola declared war on the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now that's kind of interesting because the Democratic Republic of the Congo was actually at war earlier. They invaded the regular Congo and took it over pretty quickly. And now, who's going to win this? The Democratic Republic definitely has the advantage here in terms of just population. Angola's the aggressor, though. They both look like they have roughly similar military size right now. The production advantage is with the Democratic Republic, though. Who do you think's gonna win this? I'm not gonna support it because both countries hate me, but who do you think's gonna win this?
I'll go with the DRC.
Yeah, I feel like the DRC has the biggest chance of winning. It'd be interesting if the DRC is the one getting involved in all of these wars in Africa and they just end up expanding and taking over a whole bunch of it.
Or they become Africa.
Yeah, they just become Africa.
The whole continent is just going to be the DRC.
Well, interesting. Not a super consequential war. This certainly isn't going to heat up the market a giant amount. Some African countries warring with each other is hardly consequential. But we're seeing an African country growing if the DRC wins a second war in a row. But even if Angola wins, they take over all of it. The only way this could not be at least somewhat consequential is if the war kind of pauses in the middle. And then the land just gets split between the two of them in some way. But yeah, it'll probably be the DRC that goes home with the prize. And then they're going to expand all the way down to Namibia.
Finally, something happened.
And the aggressor was weird. Angola? They haven't aggressed or been involved in any war so far.
Although there's a second reason why I'm deploying all my military.
Because you're going to invade Sri Lanka?
Yep.
So we got war in Africa. Oh man, I can see a bunch of Angolan troops just marching north across the road. I don't have line of sight, but we have some allies that are over there that I can kind of see certain locations through. And I can just see a swarm of Angolan troops marching north. I can't see the DRC troops as well. I can see them over in Lubomo, but I can't see enough to determine, like, are they winning? Are they advancing? What's happening? All I know is that the DRC's capital is on the fucking border. So if Angola can play real strong at the beginning of the war, they could maybe deal a pretty big blow to the DRC. But if they fail, the DRC's probably going to win in the long run. Because I see a bunch of, these are MLRs. DRC actually has a fucking air force. Look at that. Didn't expect that. Old planes, but planes. Oh.
Yeah, that could still do damage.
Okay, so I can kind of see a bunch of DRC units. Oh! Why can I see over here all of a sudden? Did someone put a spy here?
I am. I'm putting a couple spies in just to see what's going on.
That's really smart. Yeah, I wasn't willing to pay for that, but that's really smart. So we can definitely see a whole bunch of Angolan troops, motorized and mechanized, have rushed to the border here. And mainly garrisons and militia and towed AA guns. Both of their units are shit. We're looking at like early Cold War / end of World War II units roughly on both sides. Angola looks a little more advanced, not gonna lie. Well, the Angolans have actually pushed forward enough to take one of the DRC villages, closing them a little more towards the capital. But at least with the spy, I'm not seeing the amount of troops I'd want to see to know that they could do this. They're also sending troops northwest towards a cluster of DRC artillery. Probably not the smartest thing in the world. Doesn't help that there's also a lot of jungle here, and none of them are using very good foot-based infantry. They're all motorized and mechanized and trying to use like European-styled warfare in jungles. It's a little silly.
Angolan forces are back in the town of Inkisi? Yeah, they're losing. DRC forces are pushing back.
they're getting stuck on that town next to them that has a whole bunch of garrisons on it, and even some militia as well. Surprisingly, DRC had a lot of garrisons ready to go. If they didn't have these garrisons, there wouldn't be a whole lot in between the Angolans and the capital, but for some reason they were ready for war. And so the garrisons are actually really holding the way right now. Oh! Some DRC units rushing forward.